Mr. Mishra, do you think that these blockades or blockades, number of blockades that are existing in Manipur are very peculiar to the state or very general in Northeast? They become instrument of coercion against the state.
Karthike, I have seen these blockades since last about 20 years. This is very normal in not only in Manipur but in Northeast also in Mizoram it used to happen. I have seen personally when I was there about 5 years or more in Manipur, it used to happen every month because Manipur, particularly the Imphal and Churachandpur and Vishnupur and all, the lifeline is from Dimapur and is 39. So blocking that one, of course, the Jijibam road is already blocked. I know which group is blocking it. So they must agree that even if the Dimapur road is blocked, at least open the Jijibam road. Get some things from Jijibam road from Silchar side. That is also not happening. And I'm telling you, a United Naga Council was supposed to do it. It was very well known. After the death of the barbaric killing of these 6 Nagas, it was very well known that United Naga Council will definitely raise their voice, and they have asked for various demands like public shutdown, stringent public shutdown. They have already done it. That is in the Kangpokpi village. Totally, it has been blocked in Kangpokpi and Cycle area. That has been blocked, and the worst part of it. You see, even the medicines and water and food materials and petrol and all that's also not going. Things are very difficult in those areas. Their demand is about legal and political demands. United Naga councils, they have asked that they want against Kukijo group action should be taken by the government, and particularly KNFP. They should be declared as a terrorist organization, and uh, that is some of the demands are there from United Naga Council, but that doesn't mean that we have to block the national highway. That is no. You see, particularly, I am telling you, where is Tanpankai village? It is in Saikul area, and the supply line is through Saikul and Mutmung. They have totally blocked it. It's 40 kilometers north of Imphal. But I tell you, even if Assam Rifle and CRPF, they are giving certain goods and particularly fuel and medicines and all they are supplying. But why can't they open national highway? What is the problem? That was opened also earlier. If the government wants it to be opened, like Honorable Chief Minister, he is the first now to, after Mr. NB Singh, he visited Churachandpur. I salute him. He has gone to Churachandpur. But why he cannot open the Dimapur line? It's very easy. With only 2 battalions, you have got sufficient forces with you. You see, it is against humanity. You cannot block the national highway because it goes against all Manipuris, not Kukis, not Pongals, not Maitis. It is against all Manipuris. It has to remain open, even if the 6 Nagas were killed, and of course. You see, Kartike, what has happened after this? We are not discussing about Kanto Saval burning 6 houses so close to Limakong. They were burnt. And of course, 2 persons were arrested. That's a different issue. But it's so close to Limakong. And in that area, people are having no hope, no faith on army. I have read certain articles also in Manipur which has come up. So things are very bad in Manipur. But I expect what is happening at Kamjong, what has happened at Ukhrul, what has happened at
You know
Gropi,
what is the
what has
most
happened at
important? What is the most
those areas.
important
We
part?
have to be very strict in our action and take bold actions now because Danda is required. Without
You
that,
know,
you cannot do it.
25,
Let us open this national highway.
25
It's
minutes have
wrong.
happened. 25 minutes have happened, Brijesh. We haven't discussed and used the word students. My show was on students, hostels.
Yeah.
And we have discussed
Of course,
various
that's all close.
granularity,
That's all close.
politics in granular nature, but we have not addressed the issue. The entire purpose of the show was Vidyalay. I'll come to you, Misa. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. But we have not discussed students.
Well, I think, they're the byproducts of a conflict which is going on, and it looks like, that the government is completely inept, or I think, even the civil society or vested interest in certain civil societies is to make this conflict stay afloat rather than see an end to it. The fact of the matter is that it is extremely unfortunate that students have to vacate their hostels because food cannot reach there. But I think, in every single conversation, from people who are there on the ground, for people who have been working on the ground, somebody like Mr. Mishra ji who has stationed there, the fact of the matter is, I think if you ask me, it is the currency of the government which is going down every single day. And every crisis by crisis, it is going down. And it is extremely unfortunate. We thought N. Biren Singh will go and the new dispensation will come. And you had this, a Kuki and a Maite as a deputy chief minister. And everybody thought things will improve. It has not improved. It's refusing to improve. And honestly speaking, even the groups are also aware that the government cannot go beyond a point. And that is the reason why they have an absolutely no fear to hold the state to ransom by blocking these national highways. And by blocking these national highways, do you think that any particular ethnicity is suffering? The entire, every Manipuri is suffering. But the fact of the matter is that, in a larger scheme of things, it is extremely unfortunate.
The future is suffering.
The future is suffering. The students are suffering. The kids are not able to study. But, unfortunately, in the larger schemes of things, in fact, I would say that, that the most important thing, which is education to your children, is something which, nobody is taking it seriously. The hostels have been closed, even the normal supply, you're not able to send. And I honestly don't understand what are those forces there for. If you have to play this safe, then I honestly don't see. I mean, it's one group today, it's another group tomorrow. And the fact of the matter is that I also agree with what Mr. Mao was saying, that that the government also has to take action in this barbaric killing of 6 Nagas. Mere assurances will only take you this far. Either you show a strong fist by saying that we will take this but not beyond that. You cannot hold the state to ransom. Unfortunately, all of these groups are able to, and they are, they are, unfortunately, but they are able to hold the state ransom, and the state is not doing at all, which is very, very surprising for me.
I'll come to you, Jang. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Mr. Mao, do you agree with what Brijesh just said? That the state has been held to ransom?
By and large, I think what Brijesh has said is correct. All communities in Manipur are suffering. It is only a matter of a degree that some people are suffering more, some people are suffering less. True. So I think he is right. But I think the government should take, of course, a strong action, tactfully and very judiciously, as it is a lot of civilian people have already had confrontation with the security forces. So many people have sustained injuries. Therefore, they have to make very sure that injuries and casualties are minimized. But at the same time, what is absolutely required, of course, that the government has to do, both sides, to do justice to the relatives of the slain, barbarically slain people, and also those who are really suffering immensely. For them also, the government has to address both sides. That is a short-term solution. But for the longer, mid-term solution, of course, each community in Manipur, like Zomi or Ramar and the Kuki, and also even the Thadal, all have to create certain new awareness. And their own militant group has to be also enlightened. If they have imaginary kind of map to capture others' land, I think that has to be make them aware that what is dutifully, rightfully belong to other, that kind of awareness, new awareness should be also created. Otherwise, like Mahabharata or like the Ramayana, I think if the Kauravas were so determined not to give and to capture as much as possible, if that kind of mindset is there, then I don't think there will be long-term peace in Manipur. Rather, it will be a kind of trial of strength and then settled by the strength of the respective parties. So that kind of a state may even come. But before we come to that kind of a state, certainly from a greater, more humane, more alleviating for everyone, such steps certainly has to be taken as far as possible, but very carefully, tactfully, and judiciously, so that suffering of the innocent people from all communities should not increase.